Hi, I'm Nico, an Irish chef with Jamaican roots, and my passion for food and love for flavour combinations has brought me all over the world. Always nice to put a bit of rhythm into your coleslaw. And I want to share these flavours, tips and discoveries with you. From beautiful breakfasts to mouth-watering lunches to dinners, even delicious desserts. Everything tastes better when you cook it over fire. You've never had a burger like it. Let me show you how to up your grilling game so you can barbecue like a pro, whatever the weather. Let's get fired up. It's a beautiful day and love is in the air. Now for me, the most romantic thing you can do for someone is cook them a delicious meal. Today I'm going to be taking the show on the road for my menu for two. I'll be making grilled halloumi with an avocado dipping sauce to share, steak grilled to perfection with buttery Parmesan corn and a Fennel Salad, and for dessert, strawberries with a grilled chocolate brownie. But first, I'm going to be making a tasty and simple Argentine Chimichurri sauce, the perfect steak accompaniment to take with me. I spent 7 years living and cooking in Argentina, and this sauce is served at every Argentine barbecue or asado. It goes great with all kinds of grilled meats and great for vegetables. Now, I don't know about you, but I love to listen to music when I'm cooking, because you're not dancing while you're cooking. Are you even cooking? Dice some garlic. Chop some parsley. A little more for look. A bit of salt and pepper. Add dried oregano to a bowl. Pour vinegar over to rehydrate. Add some chili flakes and paprika. Add your parsley garlic mix. A little spin. A generous pour of olive oil. Shake your hips and mix. Oh, that's coming with. Now I just need a romantic venue for the rest of my menu. It doesn't get more romantic than this. The great outdoors. Is there anything better than cooking in the wild? And you really don't need that much when you're cooking outdoors. All I have is my charcoal, grill, chopping board, and a few utensils. Simple. Just make sure you have permission to light a fire and to put it out when you're done. Now, first up, my starter to share. Halloumi is a Greek cheese that comes to life on the grill, and its dance partner is a smooth and creamy avocado dipping sauce. So first up, I'm going to chop the spring onions, and I want to get them nice and fine so they kind of fall into our sauce. Greens and the white parts together. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of spice and 2 jalapenos. We want a bit of a kick, so I'm going to leave the seeds in. Just get these nice and fine. The sound of that waterfall is just so beautiful. The rhythm of Ireland. That's going to go straight into our bowl with the juice of 2 limes. Now the lime juice is going to help soften the jalapeno and the spring onion, so it's not as raw when you bite into it. And just a bit of seasoning, just a pinch of salt and pepper, and a nice drizzle of olive oil. Now we just want to give that a little mix and let the lime juice do its work. And when you're cooking on the go, don't forget your herb garden. I'm going to use about a handful of coriander, stalks and all. Just get it nice and fine. Lovely. And to add to this, some fresh oregano. Oregano's quite strong, so we don't want to use a huge amount. I'm just going to use a pinch. Chop it up nice and fine. Another little mix. Now, our next ingredient, 2 ripe avocados. All we just want to do is spoon it in. Now make sure your avocados are ripe so you get a nice creamy sauce. Next up is a bit of mayonnaise, just about a spoonful. Then mash it all together. So with the ripe avocado, you just get that beautiful, smooth consistency. It should be a perfect dipping sauce, a great sandwich spread, and a great salad dressing. Once it's got that nice creamy consistency, all the avocado chunks are broken down, you're done. That's it, a lovely green sauce to go with our beautiful green surroundings. Now, onto our halloumi. Halloumi is a perfect cheese to go on the grill because it holds together when it's cooking over the grate. Just make sure to cut it into thick slices so it doesn't fall through. And just give it a drizzle of olive oil. Not too much, just enough to cover it. I'm just gonna give it a tiny bit of pepper. And this can go directly over our hot coals. You should hear a nice sizzle. Let it sing to you. Now it's going to take about 2 or 3 minutes on each side. We're looking for a nice crispy skin on the outside. Just make sure to keep an eye on it over a high heat. I love grilled cheese more than I love a lot of people. What a view. So that's been 3 minutes each side, and they're nice and crispy on the outside and soft in the middle. And now for our sauce. And just to finish it off, I'm just going to tear some basil over the top. This looks good. Now, I know it's for sharing, but I'm going to have to try a little bit first. The crispiness of the outside of the cheese and that creamy sauce just goes so well together. It's gonna be great to share. Cooking the perfect steak on the barbecue might seem like a daunting task, but with the right cut of meat and a few simple tricks, it becomes easier than you think. Serve with some summer sides, and it's perfect for sharing. So, first thing we're going to cook is our corn. Now that doesn't need anything. I'm just going to leave it on the side of the grill because later on I'm going to douse it in butter and parmesan. Now, our steak. I've gone for a ribeye here, and if you can notice the nice amount of marbling it has, great fat content for putting it over the grill. And I like to use a nice thick piece of meat so it doesn't dry out too quickly. Ribeye is king. Now I'm just going to give my steak a nice seasoning before I put it on the grill. Just a layer of olive oil, not too much, just every little corner of it, almost like anointing your steak. Now, even though we're outside, we need to wash our hands. Some nice soapy water. Now, when you're putting meat on the grill, it's important to give it a generous amount of seasoning because a lot of the salt falls through the grill. And I'm using cracked black pepper because what happens with the powdered stuff is it burns very, very quickly and it will leave a bitter taste on your meat. Every little inch needs a lick of salt. Now it's time to awake a thermo sense. Put your hand over your grill and we're looking for about 3 to 4 seconds before it gets just too hot. That's going to be the ideal cooking temperature for your steak. And let it sing that beautiful sizzle song.
Now I'm just gonna get 4 or 5 minutes on each side while I prepare my salad. We've got some beautiful fresh fennel and some nice peppery radishes. I'm just gonna cut them into halves. Now it's time to check on our corn. A beautiful golden char is what we're here for. I'm just gonna check our meat with our meat thermometer. I'm looking for 54 for the perfect medium rare, but 71 is well done. Now it's getting there. I'm just gonna put it on the indirect side and let it come up to temperature. Continue with my salad. Now for the fennel, I just wanna get it nice and thin. As thin as you can. I'll tell you what, the sound of a chopping fennel, a waterfall in the background, surrounded by sizzling meat. Where else would you want to be? Love fennel. Now, for our salad, you put this all in a big bowl. Even the fennel stalks, a lot of flavor in the fennel stalks. While we make a nice dressing for our salad. Very simple. We're gonna soften some onions in some lemon juice and some olive oil. Just get those onions nice and thin. Our red onions go into the bowl. Some lemon juice. Some coriander seed. 2 pinches. A nice, healthy glug of olive oil. And a big tablespoon of honey. And for a nice herbaceous freshness, some dill. Give that a nice little mix. Now to check on our corn. Our beautiful charred and golden corn. And let's see how our steak is doing. So I've got that to 53.5, which is an ideal temperature because it keeps cooking even when you take it off the grill. Now I'm just gonna let that steak rest for 5 to 10 minutes, no more, no less. And I've put it in a bowl just to capture all those lovely juices. And I've got a great baste for this. For our resting steak, I'm gonna make a baste of butter, anchovies, and lemon juice. I'm gonna heat some butter up just to help elevate those flavors.
I'm squeezing in 1 lemon for that bit of sharpness.
And just 2 anchovy fillets. So anchovies have got that beautiful saltiness. The butter is gonna help elevate the fats in the meat, and the lemon juice is gonna bring it all together. Simple ingredients, simple flavors, simple cooking. And the anchovies are that delicate that they should disintegrate in the pan. I'm gonna leave that on until the butter is melted while I finish my salad. I'm just gonna add some baby spinach and our beautiful dressing. Just give that a little toss. Okay, the salad is nicely dressed and our butter is melted. Our steak has been resting for 10 minutes. Now with a nice sharp knife, cut our steak into some shareable pieces. Now I'm gonna pop this back into our bowl so we don't lose any of those lovely juices. And we'll pour over our anchovy lemon butter.
That is going to be so juicy.
And just a pinch of salt to finish it off. And now for our lovely golden charred corn. Now for this, we're gonna have a smear of butter and some Parmesan cheese. Let it rain. Now I'm just gonna give that some fresh coriander. Beautiful. Now, presentation is everything. It's time to plate up. Get our steak. Our lovely corn. And a nice spoonful of our salad. And the piece de resistance, our chimichurri.
Chimichurri always takes grilled meat to the next level.
I want to be a bit cheeky here and have a little bite. Extra chimmy, I think. No matter where I go, it always takes me back to Argentina. Steak and chimichurri. This is definitely one to impress. When you're grilling for two, it's always nice to finish with something sweet. When you get to know it, your barbecue is just like your oven or hob. And today, I'm even going to bake on it. This delicious brownie is packed full of sweet dried fruits and served with tasty grilled strawberries. The first step to our brownie is to rehydrate some fruit and some butter. Now, I'm using dried pineapple and mango here, but of course you could use sultanas, dates, raisins, and it's all about intensifying that fruity, sweet flavor. And my favorite thing about rehydrating the fruit is the chewy surprise in the bite of the brownie. While those fruits are rehydrating, I'm gonna add some deep, dark muscovado sugar. And that's gonna give us a nice fudgy texture to our brownie.
Our fruit is rehydrated in the butter, so that goes in on top.
And we're just gonna give that a mix and let that sugar melt. And what you wanna do is spread it on the outside of the bowl so the butter just cool down slightly, so when we add our eggs, they don't scramble. Now, once that's cool to the touch, we're gonna add our eggs. Just mix that in together. And we're gonna add some coconut flour and our cocoa powder. And we just wanna fold that in to make our chocolatey, chewy, fudgy brownie mix. Now, once we get it nice and thick, we're gonna loosen it up with some milk. Magic. A nice velvety, chocolatey, fudgy consistency. Brownie is just one of those desserts. It's just so quick, easy to make. And I don't think I've ever denied myself a brownie. That is looking good. Now, it's time to cook our brownies. I'm gonna use 2 cast iron skillets because they hold the heat perfectly for what I need. Just a little bit of butter on the outside, so our brownie doesn't stick to the pan. We go in with our beautiful, velvety, fudgy brownie mix. There's something about moving chocolate around a pan, just making fudgy mountains of pleasure, waiting to be eaten. Now, these are gonna go on the indirect side of our barbecue, away from the heat so they don't singe. The cast iron's gonna hold that heat So I'm gonna put the lid on and check on them in 20 minutes. Now, after 25 minutes, and with the lid on, it's acted just like an oven to give me a nice, squidgy brownie. I'm just gonna let them cool, just ever so slightly, while I start on my grilled strawberries. I love grilled fruits so much. So the heat brings out that beautiful sweetness of your fruit and intensifies the flavor. I feel with barbecue, it always seems to be meat and nothing else. Try fruits, try vegetables, try it all. Now I'm gonna put some strawberries on some wooden skewers that I've soaked in water just so they don't singe over the coals. I'm using 2 skewers so it's easier to manage on the grill. Beautiful. Now I'm just gonna give that a nice dusting of caster sugar to help the caramelization process. Be pretty generous with the caster sugar. Now I'm just gonna leave these strawberries in between the direct and indirect side. Listen for the sizzle. It shouldn't be too loud, just a soft little kiss. And give it another dusting of sugar. It smells like strawberry candy floss at the fair. I'm just gonna add a bit of cracked black pepper. Now I know that sounds a bit strange, but the sweetness and the peppery sensation is a beautiful combination, because sometimes opposites attract. Now these are only gonna need a minute, and then a little turn, little pinch more sugar, and we're almost ready to serve. Lovely. Just another little sprinkle of sugar. I'm gonna be a bit cheeky and have a little bite of this brownie. I'm gonna have to get that gooey, fudgy, sticky fruit. It's just all brought together by that chewy, dried fruit mixed with the butter and the candy-like strawberry that's been grilled over the hot coals. That is a delicious way to end a meal. Three really simple dishes guaranteed to impress the one you love. Now I just need someone to share them with. Anyone? Anyone?